Hey guys, we just had Jeff Hafley's press conference, and I just wanted to give my quick thoughts and let you know exactly what he said. We'll start off basically. He was saying he was very excited to be with the Green Bay Packers. He's very excited to work with Matt LaFleur. One of the main reasons why he wanted to work with Matt LaFleur, because Matt is very, very respective of like family stuff, wants to make great relationships, and that's what Jeff Hafley wants to do with the defensive players. Now, he says he hasn't talked to every defensive player yet, but he has been making some calls. He's been speaking with players, and he's very excited on making these relationships. And somebody had asked him a question about a post safety, and he says that's exactly what I call it. And what he wants in a safety is basically somebody that's going to make plays nonstop, who's going to come up and stuff the run, who's going to be able to run sideline to sideline, who's also going to be able to cover the deep ball. Basically, it's like kind of like, what you want in a safety, but it sounds like he's going to rely more on the safety spot. So I don't know what that's going to do for who's currently on the roster, but maybe that's also a hint that they may go out and get a safety in the draft, or maybe make a big signing, or not a big signing, but sign one of the bigger names that are out on the free agency market. I'm not sure who's out there right now, but that's what it kind of sounds like. He also says it sounds like he wants the defense to be more aggressive. He's going to also make the defense simplified and wants guys to be playing at 100 miles an hour with their hair on fire. Quote, hair on fire. So it sounds like we're going to see a big change. His energy is there. It sounds like he also wants to really get to know guys. The press conference had a sense of like hope and excitement. He also talked about some issues with the college game. I'll just give a brief run over that. He basically was saying that the NIL is making it very difficult to keep players, also to get players in, especially when you're a smaller school. So he's very excited to be back in the NFL, where you have guys underneath a certain amount of contract, and also that you're just watching film. He was saying he was like a kid in a candy shop the past week and a half to 2 weeks of just watching film, which we had always heard that he was a big film guy and that he really loved that stuff. So I'm very excited about that. Also, he said, as far as with Quay Walker, he believes Quay Walker is a great playmaker and that they're going to put him in the best positions that they can to let him go and make plays. As far as playing also press corner, he did say he wants his corners to be very aggressive and to be able to push up on the receivers, get physical. He did also mention that people were saying, "Oh, well, what about the 4-3?" Because they are like his base is 4-3 versus a 3-4, and he thinks he's like, there's not much of a change that needs to really be made. Is that most teams play a lot of nickel defense anyway, so you're going to live in nickel against certain personnel of the offense. But the biggest thing I really take away from this is that he says, I want to adapt what we play and what we call to the players and put them in the best position to not be thinking about things, not second guessing, and to play aggressive. Which I kind of feel that was something that Joe Barry didn't do. That's a whole nother, maybe that's a whole nother video. But and we don't really need to go over that. But it seems like the scheme and everything did not come up for what the players were very good at. He also talked about how he had spoken to Rondé Barber, who was the best, he said was maybe the best nickel corner of all time, and how he learned the most about how to play nickel from Rondé Barber. And he said, as long as I make that relationship with the player, and the player makes that relationship with me, we can talk to each other, and we will come up together and work together on making the defense better. And his wants to listen, because remember, that was a big issue with Joe Barry and like Ja and maybe Devondre Campbell and Rashawn Gary and Preston Smith. So I think this is really good. I really think this is a really, really big step into moving forward. But we'll see how this all plays out. It was very exciting. I really like what I had heard from him, and I also really like just the tone Matt LaFleur had a whole segment before. Maybe I'll give that give that a breakdown. But he did also say he wanted an aggressive approach and an aggressive take on the defense, and that's what Jeff Hafley will be bringing to this defense. It sounds like. And Jeff also did say that he did like the talent that they had drafted. That Brian Gutekunst had done a very good job in bringing in talent. So we're gonna see what they do moving forward, though, because we do have Packers have 5 draft picks in the top 100, so that's very big. I don't think the safety class is very strong. I would have to I have to listen back to some stuff and maybe try to watch some film. And try to maybe figure out who I like and read some mocks and see what I like. But they have picks in the top 100 where they can add more talent to the defense. Granted, they still need to add talent to the offense too, but they have some places to move around with. We'll see how it goes. But guys, this is very exciting. Guys, like and subscribe. Trying to grow the YouTube channel. We're trying to get there. Thank you, and I appreciate you all. Have a good weekend, and go Pack Go, baby. Woo!